It's just me in my car, loving the Knicks and talking about what I see. You know what this is.
What up, y'all? What's happening? You know who it is. You know what it is. You know who it is. Before I get started, I just want to give big shouts to Danny B for joining the Knicks wall. That's real big. I mean, my brother's been putting it down since he started the morning drives, and I'm really, really happy for him. Much success, bro. You deserve it. Uh, since there's no real news on the news fronts, I am going to talk about what Marc Stein did just kind of allude to. And it's actually something that I've been thinking about for a short minute. Uh, Big shouts to my main man, Rafael Diaz, for taking one for the Randle thing. I mean, listen, the sad part is, and I'm going to just leave it at, you can feel how you want to about the player. The sad part is, people bully you because you open up and feel away. And, you know what I mean? Playoff P apparently got booted out of the spaces because he was defending Randle. Like, dude, it's still a Nick point, and the guy is still on the team. Like, come on. Let's not be immature about it. We all can have our opinions, whether you agree with it or not. You know, that's fine, but you ain't got to be, like, wild about it. Like, come on, fans. But anyway, I mean, it just makes people not want to bring things up. It makes people who feel a way not want to open their mouth because they don't want to be bullied. I mean, end of the day, grown up or teenager, nobody wants to deal with that kind of nonsense in their life right now. So Marc Stein brings up an interesting little piece, little nugget regarding Westbrook and Randle. And of course, Nick Twitter lost his mind with the mention of the word Westbrook. He didn't necessarily mention Randle, but you know what it is. It would end up being a swap, 1-for-1. Randle would going back out to LA to, maybe rekindle with the team that drafted him. And Westbrook, for us, would more than likely be a sign and wave kind of deal. We're a glut of guards. We don't really need him as a guard. And if we can waive him once we bring him in, then that would open up some cap space, and maybe we go out and get maybe Miles Turner or somebody like that to replace Randall's production. And I don't listen. I don't dislike Randall. I don't dislike him. I feel like he had a really rough year last year with a team that he signed on to and a team that they promised would get him a point guard as they send out all of his best friends and all of that. I don't condone his behavior, however. You know, he really could have handled it a better way, but, you know, it is what it is. He is our number one guy, no matter how much people don't want to say that or want to ridicule that. It is what it is, and he is. So it's like, if we get rid of Randle, who I think would have a much, much better, stellar year with Donovan and Brunson along with him and RJ ascending, I mean, to me, that's the best form of doing this right now. And I do believe he'd come into training camp with the right mindset, and he'd be on this season with the right mindset because he realizes there's winning that can happen now, and it's not all on his shoulders. He may have realized he's not the alpha that he thought he was, and that could be very humbling as well. So again, I'm not forgiving him for nothing. I'm just saying, if we're gonna make a move, let's not make a move despite our face. He's a really solid player. But if the swap is for Westbrook, then yeah, I don't think we're keeping Westbrook. I don't think that makes any sense for us. I think we waive him and let him go about his business, kind of similar to the John Wall vibe or the Kemba vibe over there in Detroit. And we get that cap space, and then we become a lot more flexible going forward. I again, there's no telling if this Spider deal is gonna go through or not. But that's my thoughts on Marc Stein's salary dump conversation, and I'll be right back with a little bit more on this next minute. Yeah, back in the building. Listen, just make sure y'all checking out the Candid Corner podcast show every Thursday night. Check out the YouTube and subscribe, y'all. You're gonna love the content. If you're already following, you already know it's good. So just give us a couple more digits, and we definitely appreciate it. All right, so back to this Knicks stuff. Real quick, I want to say great job, guys. I know we didn't win the championship game, but even that game was a great learning experience for going forward. But man, Grimes, McBride, Sims, you guys really, really impressed me throughout the tournament. There was a lot of really impressive kids out there, though, doing their thing. The future of the NBA is most definitely bright. You know what I mean? And big shouts individually to Quentin Grimes for making the All-Summer League NBA first team. Congratulations. You really was busting your tail and showing that growth. And that's what we're talking about, man. So, okay. Can we please stop with all this Danny Ainge is the puppet master nonsense? And please, will y'all grow up here and stop being worried about Pat Riley and this and that? Like, dude, man, we supposed to be New Yorkers, man. Even New Yorker transplants, we're supposed to be New Yorkers, man. Tough up. Buck up, Bart, for real. Like, that's ridiculous. Letting ESPN bully y'all feelings. Come on. We got way too many content creators telling the daggone truth for y'all to be stuck on Stephen A. and Max Kellerman. And big shouts to Alan Hahn for shutting Max Kellerman down on ESPN earlier today. I appreciate that because, as he so eloquently said, that's what they do. They build up one side, but then they slap you on the other. So either way, the Knicks can't win. Either we don't have any bodies, so we can't be a contender, or we got to get rid of all of our farm and the kids because they're showing so much potential that other teams want them. What? And why are we contending for a title a year after we didn't make the play-in? Like, come on. It's called growth, y'all. Cut that crap out, man. Sell that crap somewhere else. You know what I mean? I get tired of these weak narratives that just come down the pike and all we doing is standing here. It's wild. I am with some of y'all fans where we're like, look, all right, let's just get this done. I'm pretty much like, let's get it done so that we can move on from this particular talking point. Similar to the vibe of the Nets in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? If y'all gonna do something, let's do it and get it done and get it over with, because waxing poetically about like nothing that's actually happening. It's a rough go. Hey y'all, it's hot out there. Be safe, and if y'all up in the east, be careful. It's raining, coming down hard today. Up north already hit. Down further in the central and the south areas, it's gonna hit. So be safe out there, y'all. And don't be falling for the banana in the tailpipe with these people. And you gotta remember, from Windhorst on down, everybody got an agenda. You know what I mean? Windhorst has been trying to say for 2 years, that we're getting a star this year. And so now he's got to be right. So he's going to do whatever you do to make sure that he's right. And that's fine. Do your thing. Make your money, y'all. Just be able to tether the BS and weather through this, because they're going to be using our name in a lot of things for the next coming weeks. Big shouts. Enough love. Enough respect. And I'll talk to y'all later. Coach Fire. It's hot out here.